Hello students, let us do the third question of vector space. In my previous video, I have defined what is vector space. Then we have done one question of complex number. We have done a question of coplanar vectors as well. Now come to this question. Show that set V of all real valued functions of x defined on an interval 0, 1 is a vector space over the field R of real numbers with respect to vector addition and scalar multiplication defined by this. Now, what is the thing? I have V. As I told you, the elements of V we call as vectors. Now, what type of vectors I have? I have the functions. So, it will be F1, F2, F3 or FGH, whatever you want to name it. Okay. And it is defined on the real field. And these two operations of addition, scalar vector addition and scalar multiplications are given. Now, if I want to prove it is a vector space, what is the first property? First property is V plus is abelian. So, when I say V plus is abelian, I need to list out all the properties. First property is closure. Mathematically, closure is defined like this. Okay. Now, in this particular case, I will say let alpha is equal to F1, beta is equal to F2. So, both belongs to V. I need to prove that alpha plus beta belongs to V. So, alpha plus beta means F1 plus F2. We all know that sum of two continuous function is always a continuous function. So, this property is satisfied. So, what you will write? Sum of two continuous function is always continuous. Please understand this point. When I am saying V is a collection of all functions, what type of function? Continuous functions. So F1 and F2 are continuous. Okay. So here F1 and F2 are continuous functions. So I am saying the sum of two continuous function is always continuous. Okay, first property done. Continuous means like this one function, and if I am adding, this one is. So continuous function. Then second property is associative. Right? So again, list out the property first. This is very good habit if you do this. Okay. Now let us prove this associative property. So let me take F, G and H. Let them belongs to V. Means F, G, H are continuous functions. So since I always do alpha, I have to start the associative properties. Let us start like this. G plus H. Okay. Same way I have written. Now functions are always applied to some quantity, some number. So I should take a number from real field. So let it be x. Now see, sum of two function applied on x. So I will use the property given in the question. How it works. If you have sum of two function on x, it is separated, right? So I can write here f of x plus g plus h of x. Again apply the same definition, f of x plus, here you have to apply the definition. So g of x plus h of x. Correct? Now see, this is applied thing. So when you apply, find out the value of function at a point, associative property is always satisfied. So I can write it as fx plus gx plus hx. Then apply the reverse of that property. So f plus g plus h x. This is nothing but alpha plus beta plus gamma. So associative property is satisfied. Now third property is your identity. What is identity? We always know that if V is any vector space, or even if it is not a vector space, if I talk about the functions, we have zero function. Zero function, when it is applied to anything, it gives me zero always. Right? So this is the identity function. So no need to explain it more. You can say zero function is an identity function, which is defined like this. Then fourth property is your inverse. Right? Now when I say inverse, okay, When I say inverse, first so you define what is your property. Alpha plus of minus alpha is 0. Now in case of functions, what I'll say, if I take minus f and I apply it to x, okay, so it is basically minus 1 f of x. So I can apply this second property. Okay, so minus f x means minus fx. Minus 1 is working as a there. So minus fx. So we know that f of x plus minus of fx is always 0. So minus f of x is equal to minus fx is inverse. Then fifth is commutative. So for commutative, you can start like this. Alpha plus beta is equal to f plus g, and as I said, I always apply it on function on certain number. This become fx plus gx, and these two are the values which are always commutative. So I can always write like this, and then I can do the reverse program. So I got beta plus alpha. So commutative property is always true, right? Now for the second property, external composition, what I will say, in case of functions, why I don't have to prove it here, because it is given. If a belongs to R and f belongs to V, implies AF belongs to V. External composition is already defined in the question, right? Or you can directly do like this. A alpha, if I want to take, means A of f. As I said, it has to be applied on certain number. So it is A of fx, which is the definition given in the question. Then third, you have to do the external multiplication thing, right? Scalar multiplication within the V. So list out all the four property and say, in case of continuous function, list out your all the properties. What is the first property? A plus b alpha is equal to A alpha plus b alpha. Alpha plus beta A is equal to A alpha plus A beta. A b alpha is equal to A b alpha, and 1 into alpha is equal to alpha. Say in case of continuous function, all these scalar multiplication are always satisfied. Okay. So in case of continuous function, scalar multiplication is always true. So all the properties are true. Hence V, the set of all real valued continuous function, forms a vector space over the real field. I hope you understood the basic definition and the basic question on it. Now the next two topics are little bit numerical. So they are very easy and you will like it. So after this, the next video will be based on vector subspace and linear span, the easiest topics. If any doubt you have in any topic in engineering maths or anywhere, you can definitely put a message in YouTube. I will upload the video regarding that. Share my channel and subscribe the channel so that the moment I upload any video, you get the notification. Thank you.